Minecraft. Welcome to Minecraft. Yeah. So, if you've been paying attention, this doesn't look like or sound like my normal playthrough, and it is not actually. This is my. Let me actually, before I get started, let me try to mute some of the sounds. So this is my multiplayer session that I play with some friends and my girlfriend and my brother. We've started playing on our own server, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of show you guys real quick what I've been doing over here, because it's a little different than what I'm doing in my single-player game. And I just thought it'd be just something fun, because really what I've been building here is similar to the single player, but not 100%, a little different. So let me, really annoyed that it's raining, because the rain really messes with my audio. Like, it's just so loud. So let me kill this off real quick. That was a bad shot. So, again, this is my multiplayer server that I'm playing with friends and my girlfriend and my brother. This is our little community that we built. My friends have built quite large houses, but I wanted to show you what I built here, and how it's kind of contrasting what I'm doing in the single-player game. So this is my home, my little base of operations. If you come in, I have a loft area, and in the loft I have a cartography table, a lectern with a book. I've mapped out our immediate area, which is obviously where we are all building. This is my house, my friend's house, girlfriend's brother's house. And then, so this is where I hang, like, my maps. We found some buried treasure. And this is my enchanting room. My enchanting room is elevated because I'm keeping this build kind of small. Personally, in the single-player game, I'm building kind of bigger than probably I normally would. But with this one, I wanted to kind of keep things a little bit confined and see what I can do with those restrictions. So, come up here, have some lanterns, a chest, a little bit of decoration with buttons on the wall. This is, I guess, like my sleeping situation. I have a cat, loom, bed, couple of chests, enchanted armor that I found, and some, in these chests are building materials. Over here, obviously, I have a fireplace. I'm a big fan of doing fireplaces. I think they look cool. They add a little bit of character to the games, to the builds. Unfortunately, the only issues with them is that when it rains, the rain definitely comes on down. This is my kitchen area, and I have a cauldron, furnace, a smoker. This is where I keep things that would be food related. This is just a random chest. And then to finish off this house build, I have a basement storage area. Pretty small, pretty compact, but it actually kind of lets me do a lot. Obviously, right now, my objective is building up my enchanting room. I need to build more bookshelves to buff up the enchantments that I found. I have some books in here. And a lot of maps. I'm doing some cartography, and I will show you that right now. So my friend is in the middle of a process of building a train station, and I can show you. I'll try to show you this in a minute. So I've been doing a lot of cartography in this server, and I've been marking surrounding villages for us to visit and to try to build up. And trade with. So those banner markers are the closest neighboring villages. This map is magnified. The map is magnified, I believe, 3 times. So so we can kind of get a sense of where everything is. I'm not crazy about the seed of this server. A lot of dense forests around us, and then desert. And that's pretty much it. And the dense forests, from what I've been seeing, have not really been helpful in keeping us in finding any villages. It's really hard to find anything of note in there. I have 2 horses in this one, gold armor and iron armor on these horses. I have a ton of chickens, which I am getting fed up with because they are so loud. Little pumpkin farm and melons, a couple of barrels for decorations. But the main thing I wanted to show you guys in this server is this build that I did here. Still in the process, but this is what you would consider, I guess what some people would consider to be a trade hall. From what I've seen, some people do trade halls, and they keep people kind of in they keep the villagers kind of in more confined spaces. What I'm doing is I'm actually building kind of like a storefront and dormitory area for these guys. So that's kind of like what my objective is for this. So essentially, you come here. We have a character named Pauly Shore. He is our blacksmith, or he's our weaponsmith. We have a cleric, another cleric because he switched jobs for some reason. A Fletcher. And that's what you can access from the outside. Once you go inside, there is a mason. There's an armorer. We have a area back here for farming. And this is really cool because this is basically a self-sufficient little community of villagers within this one building. So we have the farmer, obviously farming, gathering materials for breeding. Some of these villagers were actually saved from being zombie villagers. Pauly Shore was one of them. At the time, we did not have a splash potion, so we had to name tag him to keep him from despawning. And he was actually the beginning of this little village operation. These are the dorm rooms. Quite small, quite confined. They kind of look like cells. Ignore that. There's, everybody's here happy. So on the first floor, we have 3 rooms. There was originally 2 floors. I had to expand because of how fast these villagers were repopulating this building, or populating this building, I mean to say. So on the second floor, there's a little open area here, lectern, bookcase, and a cartography table. 4 bedrooms up here. 4 bedrooms up here for the villagers. And because they filled up all of the available beds, I just built this expansion here, which I will be... see, look at that. We got an expert cleric. We have a master level farmer. Apprentice librarian. We have a Fletcher. We have a good amount of villagers here. So I had to expand this because the villagers were populating it so fast. So I think this is... and what I'm going to be doing is I might expand this out one more. I don't know if I'll really have the room for it. But I do like how a lot of the more, I guess, hands-on jobs are in this little quadrant, in this little section of the building. You have the armorer, the weaponsmith, and the mason. They all have a similar aesthetic, which I think is cool. And then obviously the clerics and the Fletcher. The Fletcher's great. I have a bow of mending and power 4. So the Fletcher is a villager that I trade with very, very often to keep myself stocked up on arrows. On this building as well, so with this expansion, I wanted to do something down here. I wanted to build up an animal pen, which I just started doing. I started putting some cows in here. Cows I'm going to be using for breeding for leather, because I need to, again, build up my enchanting room. So I just thought it would be cool to show you guys this. This is a really cool way, in my opinion, to have a village be self-contained, similar to what I'm doing in my single-player game, but instead of across a larger area, I'm seeing what is feasible in a smaller area, essentially. Living quarters, workstations, all in one area. Again, from what I've seen, some people do these builds, these trade halls, where they have them in very, very narrow areas. I wanted to give it more of an organic, not organic, but I wanted to give it more of a structural look. We have some banners for aesthetic purposes. I did a little bit of landscaping, and these are the boats that we use to get villagers to here, because some of actually a fair number of these guys in here were zombie villagers, and this is the area that we would contain them in. We would lead them here. Initially, the first villager that was a zombie, we trapped in an area here, and we actually had his workstation here. But then we found that there was like pathing issues, because this was considered the center of the village, and the villagers that were in here were having problems like mingling. So we moved we moved Pauly Shore all the way over here, and now they all live within this building, which will be expanding dependent on how many villagers we do get. I think it's cool. I think it's a really cool design. I would love to hear what you guys think about it. Again, a little bit of landscaping. And this is really like the thing that makes it work, is the enclosed farm attached to the building. Because the farmer comes out here, he does his job. When his inventory is full, he then passes those items on to the other villagers in the building. So it's kind of self-sufficient in there. It's real. It's a cool. I think it's a cool design. There's an iron golem on the roof. Because they all live in such an enclosed space, if there is any sort of zombie that causes them to panic, it then will cause them to spawn a iron golem. I think we had maybe 4 or 5 at a time, just patrolling that building, which is kind of cool. Now, I do want to show you this little train cart. This little train station that we're building. Our objective is to build train stations at all of these neighboring villages. We eventually want to go south and find more villages, but my friend's been doing a lot of work on this. Let's see if we can get this to work. He says hold down W and press the button. And I always mess it up. I don't know how, but I always mess it up. But this will show you, this will just be a quick little tour of how far out this actually goes. So he basically has this going to the closest neighboring village, which is in the desert, and this is essentially just a straight shot there. As you can see on the horizon, there is the station that we are arriving to, and I did tell him that we should probably put some sort of walls on the side. That is so loud, by the way. Riding the minecart is so loud. We should probably put walls around the side of the station so that we don't get attacked. But anyway, that is again a quick video I wanted to show you guys. I thought it was pretty cool. I hope you guys like it. If you did, please let me know downstairs what you thought of the trade hall. And if you didn't like it, that's fine too. Anyway, I will see you on the next episode of Minecraft. Thank you very much. Take care.